him not dey off him mind.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun tún ti dé o, ará àdúgbò.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa.
Àwọn kan jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ dáadáa lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣin, amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà nígbì tí ẹ̀gbin, ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjìrè mọ́. Tàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ yìí, àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mò ń wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nínú ẹ̀gbin, nínú ìyà, nínú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ojì náà ló ń ṣọ̀ọ́dún. Ohun tó ń ṣe Abọ́yadé ń kọ́ o. Ìyà tó ń jẹ Ṣógbẹ̀yìn l'Abẹ́òkúta ń kọ́. Òun náà ló ń jẹ Súlè ní Kòńtàgó. Èmi tó bá ń pa bàbá múlò ní Adó Èkìtì ń kọ́. Ṣé ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó ń pa Ìkejùkù ní Abakaliki? Nígbà tí mo sọ Ìkejùkù ní ìsìn, mo wá rántí tí wọ́n láyé ló ń jẹ́ kí rántí o. Nígbà tí a wà ní Òbúgà, ẹ̀yin náà àti gbọ́ olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló ń pe ọ́gà ní Òbúgà. Ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP lẹ́sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tó bá ti kọjá ẹ̀sà wípé ẹ̀ lọ sókè lẹ́sìn. Ilé àwọn Ìkejùkù lù. Jẹ́mọ̀ àwọn aláìsí àjọ group àti NCNC àwọn adé ọgbà àgbà yẹn ló bá kúkú mú ìgbé àti ìtúkú ló bá pa á pọ̀. Ilé àwọn Ìkejùkù. mi mọ̀ bóyá Bọ́lájí wà bí tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní kó gbọ́ ilé yìí o torí Yorùbá di ọ̀rẹ́ mi á sọ fún ẹ Chief Akíntọ́lá ó lọ sí òde ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ men of integrity bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan wà ní tí wọ́n integrity o. Bọ́lájí ṣe ti gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n yẹn Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn olú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ tí ilé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Chief Akíntọ́lá ló ṣe campaign gbogbo ènìyàn wọ́n sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè o gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè gbogbo ènìyàn wọ́n sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè gbogbo wọn ọwọ́ ni mo ti ń bọ̀ ní mo rẹ́ ní ajá sí.
Great man.
láti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní.
Late Chief Bola Ige, Cicero Esaoke. May his soul continue to rest in peace. So good evening to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live, and happy new month. As many of you are already greeting me happy new month. At the same time, happy Sunday to you. So today being the 1st of May 2022, as we have now started doing on Mayegun's Diary Political in the last 2 months. So we will chat a course. What are we going to do this month? We have now passed the category of talkers. We are now at the stage of doers. 2 months ago, we decided for the first time on Mayegun's Diary Political to react and at the same time to act in response to the brutality and the illegality of the government, the rogue government in Nigeria, against the innocent people who have decided to chart a different course than one Nigeria. We saw how they decided to criminalize a self-determination struggle. And the same government is pardoning terrorists that are killing people, maiming people, and at the same time, the same government is stopping the people from defending themselves. So for the first time on this issue, on Mayegun's Diary Political, we decided to get involved, not just by talking it, but by acting on our own pulses. That was what gave birth to the fundraiser that some of you have come across on Mayegun's Diary Political many times. What are they raising money for? What's going on here? Which one is fund? What's going on? What's all this? Blah, 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 blah. I can imagine for somebody who probably joined us randomly. Well, I can get you up to date. You know why? Every 1st of the month, I always have an opportunity to explain what we are doing, what we have done, and what we are going to be doing as well. So that opportunity is for you to get answers to some of the questions you've not had the chance of asking directly. Maybe not all of them, but you are going to get a lot of your answers tonight. And then possibly you are going to join us. That is the intention 2 months ago concerned friends of Mayegun, concerned friends of Oloye Sunday Igboho, concerned Yoruba sons and daughters home and abroad, concerned friends of Yorubas, concerned lovers of justice and equity. We all concluded that it was time to put our money where we want to put our mouth. So we set up a fundraiser, not only to give legal aid and support to those who are legally being persecuted by Nigeria based on their own belief that is so legal, except for Boko Haram and gang. On this footnote, we reached out to Oloye Sunday Igboho, who gave his consent, approval, and blessing. And immediately after that, end of February 2022, we kicked off. And by the middle of March 2022, we have raised enough. Our target is 50,000. Generate for us at least 30 million naira. But in the space of 2 weeks, we raised enough to be able to send a legal team and representation for those who are being persecuted, including Oloye Sunday Igboho. On the eve of activating that, the news of Oloye Sunday Igboho's release filtered in. And at that time, on this platform, we came back to re-strategize and at the same time to reprioritize our purpose. But by the middle of March, like I said, we have raised enough. So tonight, I'm going to use round figures in order to pass my message tonight. I won't be going into pounds for naira, naira for pounds, equivalent conversion and charges, deductions here and there. I won't be going into all those details because of our time, but I'll give you enough to work with. So in the last 10 weeks, we have managed to raise over 38,000 pounds from all platforms, which include Give, Send, Go, PayPal, the Diaspora Radio, business account. That is a bank account. Then some people have even sent in their own donations via Cash App. But the majority of our fundraiser was generated through the Give, Send, Go online. The second platform that generated a lot for us in thousands is PayPal. And the one after that, if I have to put it, will be the Diaspora Radio International Bank account, which generated on its own, in this whole purpose, at least 297 or thereabout pounds. PayPal alone generated over 3,000 for us. Give, Send, Go generated over 36,000 pounds for us. But the way this works is that, yes, this figure is out there, but there are processes behind the scene that doesn't really give us everything, okay? There are some of these transaction charges that they take out before the money eventually gets to us. That is why they hold on to it for at least 4 business working days. In case, if you change your mind after making a donation, you can easily go there in the next 2 days and cancel it, and your money will be back in your bank account. So that was why we used more of them, and we paid for that. So in the last 10 weeks, I have received in cash over 32,000 pounds sterling. And in the last 10 weeks as well, I have spent over 15.2 million naira. At first, in March, it was that time that we mobilized a lawyer with 2 million naira from the supposed legal charges that could be as big as 12 million naira. So we gave them 2 million so that they will meet with Oloye Sunday Igboho. If he still feel comfortable working with this team, then we will further, pay them more until we get him out of that place. But good enough. Just a week wait that Igboho said, just give me a week, give me a week. They are doing something. If it doesn't work at all, then we'll move on. That 1 week wait was what saved us about 10 million naira at the time. So our first payment went to the lawyer, which was 2 million naira, if you remember very well. Then when Igboho got released, that was the moment we re-strategized, and then we reprioritize our plan and what are we going to do with our Diaspora for Justice Intervention Fund. What about Igboho's welfare? That should be pretty priority. Okay, what about other people that got arrested at Igboho's house? Those whose lives have been put on hold simply because they are identified as Yorubas who want their own nation in Nigeria today. So, well, we started conversation around that. Cut the long story short, we were able to make a provision for Oloye Igboho's welfare, and we are also able to make a provision for the amount of money they requested for in the legal support for the Igboho 12. These two expenses cost us for Oloye's welfare, we were able to cover 2 million around that. For the Igboho 12, we were able to cover 4.8 million naira. Talking about re-strategizing, that was what brought about the publicity, awareness. But before we got to that, this platform agreed, my donors, you, my friends, you agreed that it won't be a bad thing if we can use part of our resources at the time to take care of the welfare of Alano, Deputy Alano, and everyone that works with them, especially the sacrifice they made for months that they relocated back to Benin Republic. That cost us in March, it cost us 1.7 million. That same package cost us 1.7 million in April. That means from our money, from our savings, from your generosity, we were able to pick a bill of 3.4 million for them. So, talking about publicity, should we just keep these funds in and let it die a slow death, or use this fund to further promote the Yoruba nation messages, advocacy, and whatever we can do? What can we do, or what can we not do with what we have? We improvised. We decided to introduce this billboard publicity that could at least start putting this Yoruba nation conversation in the subconscious mind of our people everywhere. So people approved it on this platform that we should do that. And so far, so good. We have committed 1.5 million naira for this course. And I will explain that too. Location, location, location. This idea of publicity became more accepted to people. That as I talk to you right now, people have now been they have now been making requests, offering to pay for a billboard, because now that we know that this has to go all across Yoruba land as much as possible now, our intention primarily was to try 4, try 8, 10, then maybe try 20, then on and on and on until we get to hundreds, and it will become a thing of everywhere. But before we get to that, it's going to cost us a lot of money to do that. Before we get to commit such amount of money to that, why don't we just see their reactions first? And I bet most of you who were following the conversation at the time, you had your reservation. This one will be say waste of money. They are going to destroy it down. Their boys are going to tear it down. That is the whole money wasted, this and that. So I work with a team. So I decided not to cut corners. We have money, even if we don't have a lot of it. So I decided to work with those who actually work in the industry, which is this outdoor publicity industry. People who knows their laws and who knows the relevant document that we should get. Not because we know that they are not going, that will stop them. We know. But that's why we didn't put all our we didn't jump into it. We decided to try 4. But ladies and gentlemen, we have now put out there almost 10 billboards now across some certain busy routes in Yoruba land. And the longest among them is today makes it the 13th day, nearly 2 weeks now. There's no report of any of them being destroyed. Rather, the only report I've been getting is that they want more. Why is it just those places? What about Ondo? What about Akure? What about Ekiti? What about Kogi? These are the reports I'm getting back, which means it's a good thing and it is a good investment. Imagine those millions of people who have passed through those roads. You don't know them. I don't know them. You may never hear from them. I may never hear from them. But those who have consciously or subconsciously seen those as a billboard, right? The message is delivered. Our money is worth it. It cost us a lot. And our contract is for a month, which means if those billboards stands for a whole month and nothing happened to them, we are ready and willing to do more. Not even now that many of you are actually willing to take one after. So each one cost us 200,000 naira, each one. So which means if we have to go big, you can imagine the cost effect of that. So people can pick. If 20 people says, I'm going to take one, 200K, but that is where location comes in. Location varies. Therefore, the charges also varies. They always come with the extra. For example, when we did it around Lagos, Ogun, Ibadan, our bill then was pretty much moderate. It was around 150,000 naira per one. But you see, the moment we started going to Oyo, started going to Oshun, and we got to Ile-Ife, it jumped from 150, it jumped to 200. And I expect it to jump as well based on distance. I expect it to reduce based on distance. So all these templates, we are setting them one after the other. Okay? And we also use our resources, part of what we are going to do this month. So we have spent over 15.2 million naira so far. Among what we spent money on, which I almost left out, and I shouldn't, apart from this issue of billboard, apart from the issue of media report, apart from the special report where we paid, we are currently funding a project, and that project is the project of going straight to where some of the atrocities of these Fulani terrorists are taking place. Yeah, sending our people down there to meet the victims, to speak with eyewitnesses, to visit the scene of all these crimes and the rest, and capture them and show them to you. To those people who are yet to even believe, those who are yet to take the gravity of this whole thing serious. So we are spending on that. There is a project on the side going on that. We have done the first part of Egongon's report. There is also a coming second part report from Egongon, Ayete, Okeogun, all those areas. So we are going to Yewa. We are going to other areas all over Yoruba land. I don't want to probably just mention too many of them right now in order not to jeopardize the movement of this our people. And we hope that if you come across them in any part of Yoruba land, please give them maximum protection, maximum support on what they came for. They are your friends who are going to help us to unravel what they have been burying. The media in Nigeria have been burying, the atrocities they have been burying and then hiding from people. We need to bring them to light. So we are spending our money on that too. So last 3 days, we decided to start raising the fund again, since we are already depleting what we have. So what should we do? We started, we continued our fundraiser since people said we should keep it going. Now that we have bills, that we can say there's something we want to do this month and we can track what we are doing, right? and see where we have where we did well or where we didn't do well, right? We can continue to monitor because we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Like I said, there's no clear divine solution to get us out. So every idea will be tested. Each of them that works for us, right? Each of them that works for us, will keep them and will maintain them until finally figure out what and how we're going to get out of this, which we do know, as many of us know right now. So we have depleted our fund, sold down. This is where I'm going to use pound sterling now. Because from what we have spent so far, yeah, it simply means that we have spent over 24,000 pounds of our money. 24,000 pounds of our money is gone from what we have gotten back from the donors, even though this week, from Tuesday, some of the donation you made in the last few days, after processing them, deducting their charges, doing everything, they will start releasing them. So by the time they release all of them, it simply means that we'll be having a balance that is roughly around 8,000 pounds. Now, 8,000 pounds and 10,000 pounds means we probably have, we're going to be hovering around 7 million or 7.5 million naira to spend this May, except if we increase our own, our savings now. So I have this few proposals for you. And I'm going to open the line at some point when you are going to phone in and ask your questions, okay? I don't expect so many of us to be part of this broadcast tonight, especially when the conversation is not about, Nigeria. It's about us and what we are going to do and look up to this month. In April, if you all remember, part of what we thought we would be able to do, but we didn't do, is to walk around there getting the bodies of Alhaji Fatai as well as Adogon, getting their bodies released by the DSS. So I did my best. And at that point, I feel like I will just let them do what is right until when they need our support. So my proposal then was that we should get the right legal team, and even if it's their own legal team, to press for their release in a court. But somehow they said they are working on it. But unfortunately, we couldn't get any help done in that regard. And that is why you didn't hear much from me on the issue of our intervention on getting the corpse of these innocent men that were murdered by Nigeria, getting their corpse released and give them at least a decent and befitting burial. So in that area, in April, we didn't succeed because every effort was pretty much like, don't worry, we are working on it. Okay, they are going to release them. And if you ask me, Mayegun, so how far with it now? My answer is going to be, I don't know. So that's one thing we didn't achieve last month. Another thing we didn't achieve last month was that we agree on this platform that we should reach out to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team as our own token of support and goodwill, that we should make provision for 2 million naira on this platform and present that to their legal team. So we ran into some brick wall on that too. And then at the end of the day, it was pretty much advised that we should hold on to it. Now that we have already penned that money to his name, sometimes we can keep it in trust. So on this platform, therefore, we still have that balance of 2 million naira that we peg to the name of Nnamdi Kanu. We are unable to reach any real agreeable term or team who is ready to engage us and take responsibility for that cash. So that's another thing we didn't achieve in April. Maybe this month of May, we'll be able to break further, brick walls and reach our goals, reach our targets as we plan ahead this month, okay? So part of my proposal for this month are going to be as follows. Based on what we have, and at the same time, based on our own way of modus of operandi, mode of operation, we will not want to expend all our money. So we will only do more if we know that we are going to be saving enough for the raining day. So with our balanced budget of between 7 million and 8 million, when our other donation comes in, that's why I'm using those two figures now, okay? So by the time all your donations from the last few days, by the time they come through, then we should be having at least, what do you call it, a 7 million naira in our bank. Now with that, it won't be like how we spent over 8.2 million naira in April, because that's how much we spent in April. So rather than do that, we can probably just limit our spending this month on Oloye Sunday Igbowo's welfare, priority number 1. Priority number 2, whatever we can now give to the Alano and Deputy Alano, we will no longer be picking up the bill of 1.7 million for them this month. We will not be doing that this month. So we are also going to channel a chunk of our money towards the publicity, which is yielding more positive responses so far. I don't have penned figures for this proposal, but it's up to you to know that after Igbowo comes anyone else. And after that, which means after Oloye Sunday Igbowo, the reason why I'm using this is because we've been having some kind of back-end convo. And since our priority on this platform is called intervention, it is our money, and therefore we will decide how it is spent. That's why we are prioritizing the man that made many of us to actually get involved in this. Therefore, afterward, we'll reach out to the Alano and the Deputy Alano. And after them, then we'll deal with our publicity as we want to do. Then I'm going to spend the first part of this month building, finalizing the construction of the Yoruba Rescue Fund platform, which is the platform where we indeed want to build the base for all of the beautiful ideas that we have all been bringing forward since we have started to intervene in this struggle. So that is when we can begin to then collate ideas, opinions. That is when we'll begin to fund programs and everything that has to do with Yoruba nation. That is when we are going to now announce a structure on how this whole thing is going to go. We are here to change how the people deal or accept the convo around the Yoruba nation, as well as the self-determination struggle in southern Nigeria. We are going to be very peaceful. When I say very peaceful, I mean we are going to be very, very, very strategic. Our strategy are going to be very brutal when the effect of our strategy comes to bear. And because we are not going to be paper tigers who can only bark but cannot bite, this time around we are going to build the teeth that we are going to not only bark, we will bite. We will win the people to our side. Our programs are going to be people inclusive. You are going to own this. You are going to defend this. You are going to fund this because it is yours. And how are you going to make it yours? The responsibility is on us. We are not going to teach you how to do it. We are going to show them how to do it by doing exactly what we say they should do. Now, with all of this comes responsibility. With what we have right now comes a big responsibility. As I'm talking to you right now, I have received proposals from so many Yorubas and then non-Yorubas alike on these lofty ideas of ours. I have received support from Yorubas who have said, Mayegun, just tell us when we are going to start. I have 10 acres of land in Yoruba land. I am ready to give that to this project. You can use it free of charge. Use it and grow food in Yoruba land. I have been contacted by those who are ready to give up their properties. I am not joking. They are watching me right now. And I bet some of you have been trying to even say it to me, but you are yet to have a chance of saying it to me. But I'm talking about those who have said it to me. Mayegun, you see what you are doing right now? This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. I am willing to give up my properties in Nigeria for this project. I am ready to give up my properties in Yoruba land for this particular project. Anything you want to use it for, let me know. I have seen people who have approached us with their business and said, Mayegun, I am a Yoruba businessman, right? For this project, yeah, I am ready to be committing a certain percentage of my business profits towards this project every month. So there are so many things coming that will come together eventually. So you should just find a way where you fit in. Everybody will have a place in this whole thing. There is no rivalry. There is no, and I told people on the clubhouse today, I said, do you know that if you say you are fighting for the people, you are likely going to be misunderstood? 100%, there is a chance that you're going to be completely misunderstood. You don't think you are fighting for the people when people will say, who send you? But do you know that you can build a system, a mechanism that can link you and the people, that can link the people with your idea, and in the other word means they can link you and the people together. And when you say you are fighting, you are not going to be fighting for them. You are going to be fighting with them, along with them, side by side with them. Because what you are fighting for, what they are fighting for, is what you are fighting for: a shared goal, a shared dream, is what Yoruba nation must be about. The one that listens and ready to engage and have conversation. So we are not going to tell people how to do it. We are going to show them how to do it, how a system can work, how collectively people can collectively change their own destiny, especially if they understand from what to what. That's one of the questions they ask you. From what to what? Say, but you change to Yoruba nation. What's the difference? Are you going to import another people from another world to come and be in the Yoruba nation? No, be us here. Are we lying to, all those things that people say? So you don't tell them anymore. We will show them how to do it, because we will do it and they will follow. And it's a matter of time. You are not going to be fighting for them. You will be fighting along with them, I believe. So this idea is one of the reasons why we believe that on Mayegun's Diary Politico, and with the approval and the blessing of the elders, the Alano of Ilano Dua, and so many other elders who have also reached out to us on this platform, who appreciate our transparency, who appreciate our, our probity, our accountability. We also appreciate our own strategies and moves that are beginning to change the whole conversation. So on that note, we've come to the part where we must keep the course, or keep this mission on the course, educating the people, getting them on our side, and letting them know that when we talk about this whole thing, we are actually on their side too. There are people who are ready to volunteer, who are already volunteering. As I'm talking to you right now, there are people who are currently believing that I am just the only person holding everybody right now. Mayegun, this talk too much. Give us the link. Mayegun, you know what I mean? I know. I have told you that whatever is worth doing at all, definitely is worth doing well. So on this one, we are going to move. And when we move, we will be unstoppable. So in the month of May, I am now proposing that if we are all going to agree, this platform should continue the production of this publicity of this billboard as it's currently going. And then also to add other means of reaching the people, even at, if possible, at a lesser cost for us than the billboards, which can reach more people as well with an instant. All other options of escalating, in fact, broadening this this advocacy and the campaign this month of May should be part of our priority. If you approve of that, definitely you are going to see a lot of this publicity across Yoruba land in May. And when it comes to the priority, like I said, yeah, I have proposed, I haven't proposed a figure, but definitely we will be in a region of million as well when it comes to the welfare of Oloye Sunday Igboho this month. So if you all agree that it should be our priority, like we said, sure it will be. And then the third one, based on what we have and what we also are planning to do this month and what we are spending on this month and what we have in our savings, as much as we have been, doing even more than we probably will be doing this month based on our balance, right? I want you to also let me know what you think. When I said we are, we will not be, picking up the 1.7 million naira bill for the Alano and Deputy Alano this month. I am not saying that we are not going to reach out to them. I'm saying that we will be cutting our cost this time around, just based on what we can afford. And if you agree with me on this, without having to use figure, because we need to be careful about figure this time around, you can bet on it that I will come up with something moderate and something tangible. It's just never going to be 1.7 million naira anymore. So if you agree with me when you phone in, please remember to say something on that too. And remember, everything I've proposed right now, your conversation, your points, your contribution are going to eventually play out in what we are going to do at the end of the day. So at this point, I'm going to open the line, right? Like I said, we don't really expect a lot of people tonight. And to everybody who turned up, I want to say thank you to you, okay? For at least being part of it tonight. So I'm going to open the line, and you can tell me what you think. If there is something I'm missing, if there's something I should add, and you know what I mean, if there are some extras that we should also look into, please share that with us tonight. We have the next hour to do this. So it will be over to you, everyone. But before I even do this, I'm going to pop us on a short break. Let me mix this up again. It's cold. So when I get back, I'll start taking calls, okay? And I'll start taking notes as well. So until then, if you are watching me right now from wherever you are, remember, you can still like this video, share it. It'll be every night is always like fire brand. Now, Mayegun's Diary Political, we are not just going to be talking. Well, we have not just been talking anymore. We are now acting. Sometimes, when it's time for us to chat a new course like this, we talk about ourselves and we leave these rogues for now, okay? So if you are pretty much still with us, don't go anywhere. The line will be opened in a minute. And when I get back, I'll start taking the calls. People have been sending me messages that they want me to send them this video. Man, I put up, that video has been in my file on this, my broadcasting template here, right? It's been there like over a year. So I don't even know how I got the video or where I kept it and all that. I can't find some of the videos I share with you. Like no breakfast and all that stuff, yeah. Some of them came at the right time and they remain in the file since then. So if you see them anywhere, just download them or cut them out and keep them if you like the song. As it is. So yeah, the line is going to be opened now. And everyone is welcome to chip in any idea they want to. And also, in fact, there is actually something I wanted to say, but I'll say this after my caller. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is Prince Gentleman calling from London.
Oh, the Prince.
Yeah.
You're my first caller tonight. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well, oh. Thanks for asking, oh.
I want to use this opportunity to thank you so much for being our king at the video shoot in London. I want also to thank our great fans who came around to embrace that wonderful sight. Honestly, it was a sight to behold. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful to all of them. And I thank those who also supported the movement, the video shoot financially and otherwise. I'm so very grateful because it was a great success. We achieved all that we wanted to achieve. In fact, that very day, the prediction was that the rain gonna fall that very day, but we had a bright weather. There wasn't any issue. Everything went on very fine. So thank you so much. We thank you. It was a great privilege to have you around. You're a wonderful person. We thank you so much, Mayedu.
Thanks.
Yeah, based on the topic tonight, concerning the support of Baba Elano. Okay. Yeah, your suggestion to us, to me, my own opinion, I think is very good. Why? Is because you have to cut your coat according to your body, not according to your clothes.
That's right.
And this our fund, the People's Fund has gone down, and we have to curtail. So that is a wise thing. It's a very wise thing to do. And when we have more again, we spend more. We have less, we spend less. That's how a good businessman does things. So it's a very good idea.
Thanks, Prince.
So we support you on that. I just use discretion, as you said, to do the right thing that is needed. So thank you. That is my contribution tonight. My regards to Princess and Bolo and the rest of Mayego fans club. I thank all of them so much. Yeah,
Thank
it's a pleasure. My regards to your family and the newborn baby coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
My regards to the family too, especially to the missus.
I will.
Thanks. So that's Prince Jejeman there from London, the first caller onto the program tonight, who agreed that indeed it's ideal for us to cut our clothes based on our, based on our clothes instead of our size. If you say you're big and your clothes. Anyway, don't worry. So yeah, is my first caller there. But there's something I wanted to say. I was talking to Oloye a while back, and we're talking about our lawyer, the one we mobilized on this platform that we have kept on retainer for over 2 months now. And it was like, just leave him. I said, I know, but I don't feel good just leaving 2 million naira like that until when we have something to call him on later. I said, but there's something we can do. And that's something I said I'm going to share with you tonight. And that is, if you remember Corporal Martins, Idapane. Sorry, I have a caller. Let me see. Please, sir, hang on for me for a second, please. Just a minute. So I don't know if well, I believe there's no point in saying that. Anyways, I bet you all remember Corporal Martins Idapane, that corporal, that soldier that came out to expose Burataye the butcher of how they are sending young men to their death in the name of fighting Boko Haram when they didn't give them any weapon or anything. And he told his fellow soldiers not to go out and kill innocent protesters because of all these people, that Burataye should be probed. You remember him? He is still in jail. It's a serious one. To the point that they've managed to get to his own lawyer. His lawyer has abandoned him. And we have a lawyer that can help us get something done without having to break a bank. Why can't we just say, okay, Mayegun, go and talk to the lawyer and say, what can he do for us to help this family? Maybe Nami just do overthink. But I bet it's not something that some of you would never want to do. When we can do something instead of leaving our money docile there. I'm not saying we should take it to. I'm saying we can have a chat. In fact, I don't tell you. So it's over to you. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
The legendary Mayegun.
Oh, Jerry, Babo.
This is not Jerry.
What did
I
you
said
say?
the legendary Mayegun.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought you said Jerry.